Mega COVID surge in Kerala. The state has reported over 17,500 new cases in 24 hours itself, with its positivity rate breaching the 25% mark. With this splurge, the active cases in state have gone up to 90,649. Amidst the surge, the Kerala government has imposed strict curbs in the state capital, Thiruvananthapuram, where positivity rate is as high as 30%, and over 4,000 new cases were reported in 24 hours itself. All public events have been banned. Not only that, a maximum of 50 people will be allowed to attend weddings or funerals. If a COVID cluster is found in any education institute, that particular institution is going to be shut for 15 days. The COVID surge in India, with Delhi and Mumbai are amongst the worst impacted, and that continues. The national capital has recorded 20,718 cases in one day. The positivity rate remained at 30.64%. Testing has gone down significantly from 98,000 tests per day on Thursday to 67,000 tests per day on Saturday. Delhi Health Minister Satyendra Jain has said that Delhi COVID cases are expected to be reduced by 4,000, and hospital admission rate has not risen in the past 5 to 6 days. Meanwhile, Mumbai has recorded over 10,000 cases and 11 deaths due to COVID in 24 hours. The BMC has made Aadhaar mandatory for those purchasing COVID detection kits from chemists. The Maharashtra government has decided that no changes are going to be made to the existing COVID guidelines and restriction in the state for now. It was a year ago that India rolled out one of the biggest vaccination drives in the world. It continues to be the second in the list of the most vaccinations worldwide, and the drive is a reflection of the effort that is being done, the relentless one by the healthcare workers. Here's a recap of India's vaccination drive 1 year on.
From the first jab given to a sanitation worker to achieving over 92% first dose coverage and over 69% second dose coverage, India has come a long way in the last 1 year since the vaccination drive against COVID-19 began. On the 16th of January 2021, amidst much fanfare, India started administering vaccines against COVID-19. The move captured well by shutterbugs and replete with messaging that the vaccine is safe. The journey of the first dose to the over 156 crore doses in the last 1 year has seen several hits and misses. 1 year on, vaccine hesitancy has been replaced with a plateau in the demand for vaccines, while midway India dealt with vaccine eagerness. A lot changed with the Prime Minister taking a shot of the vaccine, India's indigenous vaccine Covaxin, that was labelled by the opposition as the BJP's vaccine.
The scale and the pace at which the vaccination drive was rolled out, and the staggering with the healthcare workers and the senior citizens getting the first priority was excellent. The CoWIN app has been functioning great, and it's really done wonders to coordinate and give real-time, very live and transparent data for the vaccination.
Covaxin, the vaccine in the eye of the storm, received emergency use listing by the WHO in November last year, making it the 7th vaccine in the world to get the nod from the World Health Body. In total, the WHO has approved only 9 vaccines for use against COVID.
It does affect, it does hurt, because we are not political people. We are only, our party is science. We breathe science. We want to do science. Nothing else we know it. We are neutral. So we want to do the best science. I think it does hurt. But for us, we have to look at the long run, what has to achieve for the country.
India's vaccination drive has been carried out in phases. 16th of January saw the vaccination drive for frontline workers and healthcare workers. The 1st of March onwards last year saw the elderly, those above the age of 60 take the dose, and those between the age of 45 to 60 get the dose. The 1st of May onwards saw India's adult population above the age of 18 start getting the dose against COVID-19. Vaccines for the adolescent population started on the 3rd of January early this year. and the additional dose for the vulnerable population started on the 10th of January this year itself. Experts say this has been timely.
The Omicron has been an eye-opener. We now realize that children are vulnerable, and countries like Cuba and China have gone ahead and vaccinated their 2- and 3-year-olds as well. So there is still a lot to catch on. The better part is that people who have been vaccinated have had milder disease and have had less morbidity and mortality compared to people who have been unvaccinated.
The last 1 year has seen several approvals for emergency use to vaccines. There are 8 vaccines that have received emergency use authorization in India. Serum Institute's Covishield, the most widely used vaccine in India, got an approval on the 3rd of January last year. Covaxin, developed by Bharat Biotech, got an approval the same day. Russia's Sputnik V, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson single-dose vaccine, Zydus Cadila Zycov-D, Covovax by the Serum Institute and Corbevax, developed by Biologically, have an approval by the regulator. But only 2 vaccines continue to be the backbone of India's vaccination drive. The third, Sputnik V, has failed to take off in India, and Covaxin, an inactivated vaccine, has some manufacturing challenges in terms of the facilities also that are to be made available. It requires the BSL-3 facility, some of which have been improved essentially with the help of the government. Well, Covaxin is also the only vaccine that is being given to children in India. Zydus Cadila Zycov-D hasn't been rolled out. Pfizer and Moderna, in spite of the permissions granted, have not been able to enter the Indian market because of an agreement not being reached. Another hitch has been the delay in ordering vaccines last year. That was a great mistake, say experts.
We should have booked our vaccines in June, July 2020, when the initial vaccine candidates were ready and field trials were beginning. This would have helped us gain a lot of months of early starting of the vaccination.
Experts say, in spite of the misses, India has a success story in the world's largest vaccine drive, given a push by the Har Ghar Dastak campaign.
I am very delighted to see that a country like ours with limited resources have been able to do such large vaccination program with more than 150 crore vaccinations given in such a short time.
To the Government of India and to the commitment of the healthcare workers, the providers and the people of India, that they have got these vaccinations, they have got themselves vaccinated, and that is why we can see that despite being in a severe another wave of COVID-19, we have practically minuscule fatalities, very less hospitalizations.
This is just the beginning. India's mission vaccination has now got a boost with the government rolling out the precaution dose. After all, vaccines are important weapons against the virus. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today.
Co-presented by Berger Paints. Paint your imagination.
The Samajwadi Party is under the Election Commission scanner for violating poll body's COVID guidelines. The Election Commission issued notice to Samajwadi Party for organizing a public gathering at their office and violating COVID guidelines on Friday. The poll body has given the party 24 hours to respond to the notice, pending which action is going to be taken. Despite curbs, the Samajwadi Party held an induction event of BJP turncoats in Lucknow, where hundreds of Samajwadi Party supporters were in attendance. Meanwhile, crackdown on political rallies and roadshows continues as the EC has extended the ban on political rallies and roadshows till 22nd of January. The poll body has also announced slight relaxations, allowing maximum of 300 people or 50% capacity of hall for indoor meetings. Directing the parties to adhere to poll code and COVID guidelines, the EC mentioned state or administration must ensure MCC and COVID compliance. Decision was made after virtual meeting with Union Health Ministry, Chief Health Secretaries of the poll-bound states and the Chief Poll Officers of the states. UP has witnessed action-packed political blockbuster from the BJP fielding Yogi Adityanath in Gorakhpur to Samajwadi Party Neta Nahid Hassan being arrested under the gangster attack. Here is all that transpired in political Pradesh.
Candidate lists, arrests and more exits. It's a blockbuster Saturday in political Pradesh. The BJP released its candidate list for the first and second phases. The Saffron Party announced candidates for 57 out of the 58 seats, which will go to polls in the first phase, and 48 out of 55 seats, which will vote in the second phase. More than 68% tickets have been given to candidates from backward classes and women. While the list for third phase was not released, BJP revealed where its star candidate Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath would fight from.
आदरणीय योगी जी हमारे मुख्यमंत्री की दायित्व में है, वो गोरखपुर शहर से चुनाव में पार्टी की ओर से प्रत्याशी होंगे.
Yogi is all set to fight from his home constituency.
देखिए, मैं आभारी हूं आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का, आदरणीय राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी का और संसदीय बोर्ड का, जिन्होंने मुझे गोरखपुर से भारतीय जनता पार्टी का प्रत्याशी बनाया है. भारतीय जनता पार्टी न केवल गोरखपुर में बल्कि पूरे प्रदेश के अंदर आज पहली सूची भारतीय जनता पार्टी की फर्स्ट और सेकंड फेज के चुनाव की जारी हुई है. प्रचंड बहुमत की सरकार भारतीय जनता पार्टी बनाएगी.
Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav took a jibe at the UP chief minister, saying that the party sent him packing home before the people could.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने पहले ही उन्हें घर भेज दिया. जनता भेजती उन्हें घर, लेकिन भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने उन्हें घर भेज दिया है. हमें खुशी है इस बात की कि अब गोरखपुर की जनता पूछेगी कि मेट्रो बनी क्यों नहीं, गोरखपुर की जनता पूछेगी सीवर क्यों नहीं बना, गोरखपुर की जनता पूछेगी ट्रैफिक जाम क्यों हो रहा है, गोरखपुर की जनता पूछेगी कि बरसात में उन्हें नाव पे क्यों चलना पड़ा.
The Samajwadi Party is trying to win back BJP's non-Yadav OBC vote bank by poaching key leaders. On Saturday, the SP suffered a blow with the police arresting its MLA Nahid Hassan under Gangster Act just days after the party named him in the candidate list. Meanwhile, in a setback to Mayawati, former UP Minister Ramveer Upadhyay jumped from the BSP to BJP. Battle for Uttar Pradesh is heating up, and netas are adding new twists to the political thriller each passing day. Bureau Report, India Today.
Virat Kohli dropped a bombshell and announced his decision of stepping down as India's Test team captain. Former Indian skipper took to social media and said, "Everything comes to halt sometimes. Test captaincy for me halts now." Virat Kohli's decision of quitting Test captaincy comes a day after India lost the Test series to South Africa. Our report tells you more.
Millions of fans in disbelief. Virat Kohli, in a surprise move, has stepped down as India's Test team captain. Former Indian skipper took to social media and announced his decision to let go of the red ball captaincy. In his emotional note, Virat said, "It's been 7 years of hard work, toil and relentless perseverance to take the team in the right direction." Kohli added, "I have done the job with absolute honor and left nothing out there." He asserted, "Everything has come to a halt at some stage, and for me as Test captain of India." In the post, Virat thanked Ravi Shastri and MS Dhoni for their unconditional support and belief in him. Virat's decision of quitting Test captaincy comes a day after India failed to conquer the final frontier and South Africa clinched the series 2-1.
He talked often about how good he was when he first came to New Zealand as a genuine swing bowler.
Kohli's performance as Test captain is quite remarkable. He is one of India's most successful Test captains. Under Kohli's captaincy, India has played 68 Test matches and won 40 of them. The winning percentage stands at 60% approximate. Within a few months, Virat has stepped down as the captain of ODI, T20 and now red ball cricket. Virat has been at loggerheads with the BCCI for several months. In an explosive press conference last month, Kohli revealed that he wasn't asked to reconsider his decision to give up the T20 captaincy. The RCB star, in a way, contradicted Ganguly's statement on T20 captaincy. The BCCI chief said he asked Kohli not to quit as captain. Right after Kohli's statement, Ganguly refused to make any statement on the saga and said, leave it to BCCI. With Virat quitting the Test captaincy, one thing is for sure. The Test team will be going under a major transformation. Is it time to appoint a young blood as the Test captain, or go with a safer option and choose a senior to lead the team? Bureau Report, India Today.
In 2019, India Today spoke exclusively to Virat Kohli. Here's what he said on his obsession of winning an ICC trophy. Let's listen in.
Virat, the team that you have now, I mean, since that World Cup, the way Indian cricket team has played, whether it is in the West Indies, whether it is against Bangladesh, whether it is against South Africa, is this the best mind space in terms of Test cricket, white ball cricket, whatever cricket we are playing? Is winning an ICC tournament an obsession? Do you think that is a yardstick we should apply? 1980s, West Indies did not win an ICC tournament. They were the best team. Brazil did not win a football World Cup. They were the best team. That Zico, Socrates, that team of 1982. Is winning an ICC tournament for you as captain of India the benchmark to judge yourself? And when you look back, you've now played international cricket for more than a decade. How do you rate this team?
Well, I think the team has unbelievable potential. To be honest, I've been a part of the change room when all our legends were there. That was a different level altogether of cricket. If you saw the players all around the world at that time, I mean, you're talking about the best of the best competing against each other. So to watch that quality of cricket was amazing, purely from the skill point of view, and you know how these fast bowlers and these amazing bowlers around the world, and even our bowlers and you know our batting greats would come up against each other. And it was fascinating for me to watch, you know, these big names in world cricket going against each other. Now what has been added is the intensity of the games, intensity of how fit the teams have become, how the game is, as I said, moving in a different direction. And what pleases me the most is that we've been able to live up to that transition, and very well, to be honest. I mean, we are probably in, if you look at the team across formats, I would say we are in the top 2 teams in the world. And we're very proud of that, because we started off with a young bunch and transition's never easy. But I think the guys have slowly understood the importance of belief and understanding a role in taking Indian cricket forward. So the insecurity about their own game has vanished. If you see, we enjoy each other's success, we enjoy each other's company, and everyone's just wanting to help in some way or the other for, you know, the betterment of Indian cricket team, and in return the betterment of Indian cricket as a whole. So I would say you could look at winning an ICC tournament like an obsession, or like a wish that people have, which you know is a beautiful thing to wish for, because you know it is seen at a global level and every cricketer would want to win that. But if you ask me honestly, I mean, I didn't ever think that, you know, I would be part of the winning World Cup team in my first World Cup. True. Or 2 years down the line we'll win Champions Trophy as well. So I never thought of these things, but it happened. So it was meant to happen for us. But I think in hindsight you can look at a lot of things. We obviously have the desire to win big tournaments, big series, and you know, we want to give our best effort possible. But if you focus on things which are only based on success and numbers and results, I don't think you can enjoy the process. And we as a team, we play so well because we enjoy the process. We enjoy being in difficult situations and coming out on top. Basically what we are doing on a daily basis is competing with ourselves. How good can we be when we are put under pressure? It's not about coming up against someone or trying to prove someone else wrong. It's about bringing our own standard of cricket higher and higher on a daily basis and setting examples, the right examples for the next generation to take over whenever that happens.